the career was great. The career was awesome. But what I do after the career is more important than what I did in it. So
Mm,
I
wow.
think that's what I want to be most remembered for. Um, uh, I have a friend that says, his name's Mike, and he says, man, you were a great athlete. He says, but the one thing that sticks with me most importantly is how you give back to the community.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Micah Johnson, and today I'm joined by Arthur Flash Johnson, who's been making some serious moves in real estate now for quite some time. Arthur, welcome in, man. Glad to have you.
Thank you, thank you. I'm glad to be with you, man. Glad to be with you. It's
Uh,
fun.
I'm excited for you to be here today. Not often we get to talk to former Olympians and folks doing what you're doing in the just with your life post boxing and how you're still involved, how you're using it to make change. I think our listeners are really going to take some value away from how you're approaching that and what you've continued to do. So let's dive in. For those out there that may not know you yet, tell us a little bit about yourself and what your main focus is right now.
Well, my name is Arthur Johnson. That's the regular name, Arthur Johnson, but the boxing world knows me by Flash. Everybody calls me Arthur Flash Johnson, or a lot of people just call me Flash. Um, uh, my background is basically athletics. As a kid, growing up, I watched guys like Muhammad Ali, who, um, if you followed my career, if you know anything about me, that I'm from that stable. I'm from the stable of Muhammad Ali, and Angelo Dundee, who was Muhammad Ali's manager. So those guys managed me, the Angelo Dundee crew. And make a long story short, I'll kind of shorten it up. I started from an amateur, my amateur day, here in the city of East St. Louis. East St. Louis is a great city to be from. There's a lot of champions from this from a place called East St. Louis. You have your Jackie Jordans of the world, the Al Jordans, and you just have the list goes on and on of champions that come out of that place called East St. Louis. Well, now I live a little bit away from East St. Louis these days. I live here in North Allen, but again, I started off as a one in the box, and from there things continued to prosper for me. Of course, there were some setbacks. Of course, there's always setbacks when you're shooting, when you're going through things like that. And but beyond the setbacks, the rough, the bump roads, the hills, the mountains, the valleys, and all of that, we came through a great amateur career. We topped it off with being able to go to the Olympics and advancing to the round of 16, and then before the Olympics, I was a gold medalist in the Goodwill Games. In fact, I was the only gold medalist in the Goodwill Games the first year of the Goodwill Games, and I was chosen the outstanding boxer. From there, I had a professional career where I went on to win about 3 world championships, four world titles total. And so it's been a blessing to have seen the world. I think I've seen the world And I'm just really putting it lightly, about 2 times for sure, solidly.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
So now when I travel these days, it's just basically to gotta go and just kind of relax. Because when I used to travel back in the day of competition, it was all business. It was nothing fun about it. It was business, and you showed up and you didn't want to go back home without capturing what you set out to capture. The win, the victory, the title. Because let me say this: it's a long trip back home when it doesn't work out the way you planned. But that's okay. And it's all a part of learning as well. It's all a part of learning, and so that's what I do now with kids in my community. We have the Arthur Johnson Foundation. Again, I live here in Ocala, Illinois, but I drive down about 30 minutes from here. And with my foundation, we give at-risk youth an opportunity to be able to do something different than with their lives, rather than going out, getting in trouble, or sticking somebody up, or just doing things that they shouldn't be doing. And sometimes I've run across all kinds of kids, all kinds of uh, characters, all kinds of situations and home lives and things of that nature that affect these kids. And so we've been able to help a whole lot of kids. And I think that's the thing that makes me sleep very, very good at night because, I'm tired. So,
I love that, man. No, I love that because access is one of the most important things.
yeah.
When you have access to a different option that allows you to do what it takes to even box at a low level,
Yeah.
right? To
Exactly.
do just the mental toughness that it takes, the physical toughness. You start to discipline yourself in a certain way. You start to carry yourself in a way which is really, it's what all of us need to learn from somewhere. It's whether that's a healthy home life or from the gym in this way, having that access to something that just shows, hey, this is just part of becoming a better human. This is how you do it. This is how you ultimately, this is what growing up is like. You're learning early. It's not always good, but there's mountains and there's valleys. The valleys make the mountains worth it. And that's what applying, and that's why I even learned in my own life, applying those hard lessons through sports, they reverberate way out into your life, no matter what you're doing. Because like you were saying about traveling to box, once you become a professional at something, it is business. It is not a hobby anymore. Do you have fun doing it? Probably. You wouldn't do it if you didn't want to, but it doesn't mean it does not take the mental edge, the understanding. We're not here to play. This is a very serious thing, and the serious thing that you particularly do is box. And let me ask this: how did that transition for you into the foundation world? How was that helpful in building that understanding? This is how I want to give back.
Well, I always saw that, I always saw myself giving back. I think we're all born with some good in us. Okay.
Right?
And
I agree.
so for me, uh, when I see individuals struggling with certain things in the community, I always thought that my heart just kind of went out to the person um, uh, who had a disadvantage, and I know that because I had a brother and I had a sister who were born with disadvantages, and so my heart has always been open to that sort of thing. And so when I you know uh, uh, the career took off, I always thought about giving back. I always thought about this is how I would like to make a difference. And And so that's the sort of the thing that kind of resided in me. My mom was a great teacher of giving back. She was a great teacher of, showing love to our community.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
And so you can't go wrong with that sort of example that you have before you. And so that was the thing that for me, I thought would make a huge difference. I often think about this. I think about the phase of the career was great. The career was awesome. But what I do after the career is more important than what I did in it. So I
Right.
think that's what I want to be most remembered for. Um, uh, I have a friend that says, his name is Mike, and he says, man, you were a great athlete. He says, but the one thing that sticks with me most importantly is how you give back to the community. And with compliments like that, uh, you know, I don't do it for compliments, but he's just one of those guys that's traveled with me around the globe, and he has seen how the difference that we make, in our youth and the community's lives. And so, so that's what I want to be known for at the end of the day. Someone that tried to help build up his community and who gave back and who showed love that way. And it's like night and day. It's like in the career I was mean, I was rough, I was tough. I had to be. so,
Right. Right.
so it had to be. So the other part.
Businessman. That's well, you nailed a few things. One thing I want to point out real quick in terms of that compliment that you got. One of my mentors I work with, he's in his later 60s. He tells me, you don't get to say you're a good husband. You don't get to say you're a good dad. You don't get to say you're a good friend. Your friends get to say that. Your kids get to say that. Your wife gets to say that. So when you're focused on, okay, doing and being the thing that allows someone to even say that back, once they say it, now it's not so much a, oh, look at me kind of thing versus a nice, I'm pulling this off. It's actually working because you don't trust everybody's opinion. And when somebody that's close to you that way, that's been around you for a long time says, hey man, I saw you in the day and I see you now. And the person you are now is just an incredible thing. Like, bingo. Because one of the things I love about professional athletes, I did try to be one. It was my dream to be one and play professional golf. And that was one of the things that drove me too, was that foundation idea. And there's so many good athletes out there that I love that heart about them, that it's this, yes, you get to enjoy some personal pleasures and the titles and the things, all that's great, but it's all a means to an end for something else. It creates the platform to do this mission that's in your heart for, you're a unique guy. You pulled off what you pulled off, and you had those unique skills to do it and trained yourself and went through all the things. And now the payoff is even bigger than you could have imagined because of those things. And that's where, man, it's one thing I love about really good professional athletes with that heart. You create such a platform to give back. Not many other things do that.
Yeah, I mean, I had a coach, and just when you were talking, you brought something back to my memory, and that was something that I spent a lot of hours, with my trainer, and he would say to me, he would say, Arthur, this is uh, uh, the boxing world is not the real world. It's not the real world. And what he meant by that was that the real world is tough. The real world is struggle. The real world is whatever ailment, sickness, disease you might be dealing with. That's the real world. You get to live in this make believe world, Arthur, that you've worked to be in. And so there's a lot of people that doesn't know what that's like. And so whenever someone would compliment me or whatever someone would, reach out to me and, uh, in a way, he would say, what you do is that you owe that person that nice response.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
You owe that person that gentleness. You owe that because you've been gifted with something. And so, uh, looking at it from the perspective that he would often remind me, my trainer, uh, I mean, I just kind of felt that, man, that's the way to go out. That's the way to be. I can recall once, fighting tough fights. I had a kid one time waiting outside of my locker room, and all he wanted was a signature. I mean, and what if I would have been a jerk and said, you know what, man, my hands hurt. I'm hurt. My face is busted up, man. Get him away from me. Those thoughts never even crossed my mind. Because I know that whatever my response was going to impact this kid for the rest of his life, the
Rest of his
rest of his
life.
life. And he would have that thought about Flash Johnson for the rest of his days. Some people don't care about that, but I got to tell you, I care about that deep.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a unique position you were able to be in. And when you have that mentality to, even in the hardest time, show that grace and show that love to people, because you're you every day. You were the guy signing the autograph for everybody, but each of those were individual people. They only got one, right? Like, and like you're saying, you don't know where they're coming from. You don't know what it took for them to get to that door, to be able to even, how much courage it took them to ask, just to do that by simply saying, yeah, man, here you go. It can unlock their life. As a simple thing as just that, as someone showing kindness from a position above them, someone they respect as an authority, it does that, man. It reverberates. It reminds me of, and I may butcher this story, but said you were from the Muhammad Ali camp. And one thing, there was a story I loved about Muhammad Ali where I think it's in a restaurant where he's talking about how people treated the servers. And it stuck with me forever. Like, if you treat them poorly, you treat everyone poorly. Like, you're going to treat me poorly if you do that. And it just was like, whoa, how true is that? It's really revealing as to how you start to look at people around you and the way you treat them, knowing if they'll do that, they'll do it to me. And do I want to be known as that?
Right. Right.
Right. Like, and I don't want to do that. And I've also learned that when you do the opposite, way more good stuff comes your way.
Right.
When you build in that space and build in that, environment that's inviting to people,
Exactly.
it doesn't suck the life out of you at all. It helps you sleep at night. It makes you feel good about what you're doing.
It does. It does. It does. It does. Being from that stable, being around, guys like Angelo, and of course, the sports world will know him, and of course, because he had all the champions, George Foreman. The list goes on, man. Just all these guys, and so we were all in a sense connected, and it was just kind of it was a great something to have experienced. And so when I think about my opportunity, the opportunity that I had now, it wasn't that it was just something that was given to me as a kid, because I grew up in the rough part of town. I grew up in the projects. I grew up around gangs. I grew up around drugs. I grew up around all that stuff. I made the choice that I wasn't going to be that way, that this was not going to be that my story. And so it's a thing now as I look back on it, and it helps me to really kind of be relatable. That's
Right.
what makes me relatable to a lot of the kids that we work with. And so we pushing forward in the positive direction.
You you decided to overcome, and then you created a doorway for others to follow you. I think that's the biggest legacy anybody can build is we all have the chance and opportunity, especially in America, to do something with our life. We can make that choice to do the hard things that create the life we want. And the ones that I hold in the highest regard are folks that when they do it, turn around and build that doorway. Okay, here's how I did it. I did all this hard stuff for you or for me. And in benefit of that, this all got done for you. Here's an easier way to walk, a simpler way to do it, man. That's the stuff that changes the world. Like that's where the cliche truly comes true is when that access gets left behind. And okay, shifting gears, we are a real estate podcast. So speaking of building, you now use real estate in a unique way for your foundation. So let's dig in on your current project for that and what the future holds there.
My goodness, man, this current project that we're building, it's been a long time coming, of course, right? So
Right.
we've done the build up for it. So we're here now. So the ground has been broke, and any time now, they're going to start building. Now, my hope is that they won't be building and then call me and say, "Hey, Arthur, everything's going up." So no, I didn't get over there and check that out. I want to get over there and check that out before, before all that, all that stuff start going up. But in any event, so basically the groundwork, for that was raising the funds that we had to raise to, um, first of all, get the property. And so the property is it's probably about, my goodness, 3, 4 blocks long, a property. And so I'm not sure if that's visible on the site, our foundation site. But that was the start. That's the start of it, getting the property, and then from there, having the images created, images
Mm,
made of what we wanted it to look like, what we wanted it to look like, because um, I've said this before to my wife and to many others. Um, this foundation, this center is going to outlive us.
mm.
This is what we'll leave. This is what folks will remember about us. So that's the first part of it. So the first part of getting the real estate, getting the property. And so we had a little challenge with trying to get that property because that
Yeah.
property was something that seemed like it was locked and closed. And so it took a lot of work to get that and I'm going to say this. It was probably about, my wife would probably say different, probably about a couple of years of trying to get
Wow.
that site that we wanted. And so we finally got that site. And so that was the start of it, getting the site and then, building it up to having those funds, to be able to start this project in the right direction. This is what we want. We're building that first phase, and then after that first phase, that second phase comes on, and so we're looking very forward to it. So any day now, any day, things could be really, you know, uh, going. So um,
Cruising.
yeah.
And what's that vision for the project when it's done? What will you have built?
Oh, okay. So we would have built more like, I call it a safe
Okay.
haven for the kids in the community. There's going to be not just boxing there. There's going to be other things, involved there. Maybe places where folks will maybe need to hold meetings for their own organizations, and maybe we can work hand in hand with other organizations. And again, not just boxing, but whether it's other things that they do, other kid programs. Like I know they have a system of I want to call it like a court system where kids want to be involved with law, or they want to be involved with being an attorney someday, or maybe a judge someday. Just all those kind of. There's a program out there for that, and so I've connected with I've connected with who's who. I've just I've just been working to connect with who's who, and so that we could come together because I think we're more powerful together than individually. So
I
uh,
agree.
that's what we've done. We build these rapport with these other organizations, and so and maybe uh, when I think about some of the other organizations, there's different organizations where there's again not just boxing, but you got basketball, you've got uh, you know football, you've got there's a lot of things that can really kind of transpire from what we built or what we're building and the place is going to be it's on enough commercial land that allows for other activities to to take place there. So we're looking forward to working with those other organizations and kind of bringing that vision uh, in is what I've always envisioned, and not just a boxing program, but something much bigger than that, much bigger.
Love that, man. And I like how specific about the space you were. When you're willing to wait for something that long, like you're building something good, you do have a vision in mind. And just even creating more access. That's what I hear you talking about. Not just what other interests are out there. How do we build a facility big enough where we can start to gather more people in, build that safe haven, bring those different programs, man. That's powerful stuff. Arthur, I really appreciate your time and your story today. Thank you so much for joining me. For those out there listening and watching that'd be interested in learning more about you and the foundation, possibly being involved, what's the best way for them to find you and get a hold of you?
Well, they can go to the site. The site is the ArthurJohnsonFoundation.org, and make sure the name is spelled right, Arthur, because a lot of people spell it Author. So it's Arthur Arthur Johnson, ArthurJohnsonFoundation.org, or they can reach out to me through email. They can go Arthur Johnson Foundation 2001 2001 at gmail.com. We also have a Facebook page. We're visible. We're definitely visible. So you can also Google Arthur Johnson Foundation. You can also Google the Flash Boxing Program because the Flash Boxing Program is under the Arthur Johnson Foundation. So there's a number of ways they can get a hold of us, and we're out there. We're visible. Uh, we've been out there making it happen. I wanted to choose the right words to say. We've been out there, throwing blows. We've been out there throwing punches, man. So,
That's
and we're
it.
going to continue to throw punches for our community. We're going to continue to, march in that right direction that we need to go. And because at the end of the day, we want to leave that legacy that we're here for our community, and I think that's the love uh, that's that we want to leave. That's the imprint. That's the autograph that we want to leave.
And that 2001 in your email is not ironic or there by chance. That's how y'all are now 25 years with your foundation open. That's when it started. So y'all been around there doing this a long time, man. I appreciate that on behalf of humanity. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having
Absolutely. For those listening out there, thank you again for joining in. If you got value out of today's episode, first, check the show notes. You'll find all Arthur's links there so you can reach out, find out more about what he's got going on. And if you got value out of today, please like this episode, share it with someone else you think can get value out of it. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. We appreciate every single one of you out there that's following along with us. We have more conversations coming up with operators just like Arthur who are out there doing something real in the space, changing lives for good. So thanks for joining us today. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.